Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. 1 second, I'll just get this microphone set up, make sure all good. What's been happening today? It's kind of like a holy shit day, what happened there. And stock markets have fell all over the world, BTC price crashing, crypto markets kind of going down. It's all looking good, isn't it? So we're just going to have a look at the overall markets. Just now we'll have a look at some of the news stories and think about what could happen from here if this kind of gets worse and what happens from here. Obviously the stock market is having an effect on the crypto market as well. People hedging their bets, gold prices is going up. We'll have a look at that as well. So they're kind of hedging and going into safer kind of financial instruments as well. Okay, I'm just going to see if we're live. I don't expect a lot of people to be on. Usually when there's a crash or something, there's not a lot of people kind of on. Oh, we've got a few people and that's good to see. Okay, so just jump over to the chat. Just now got Andreas in the house. Welcome to you. We've got Nora Perez. Good to see you. Ajmal is in the house. Chris Noble, Christopher Dalson, Tim Gash, Jean is in. Good to see you here. Crypto Don Wan is in. Good to see you here, buddy. Tim Moores is with us, Stephen King, Bruce Rudling, Stu Johnson, Mark Pollen, Benjamin K, Alex Jug, Andy Grant, Peter J, Mitch Dieter, Adeb, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house. Sorry to jump in with questions straight away, Tim Moores. I'll look at the questions in a wee second. Jacob Hopkins is in as well. So what was the kind of question? Q4's been rough so far from Tim Gash. Yes, it has. It's not been a good start to kind of Q4. Christopher Dalson, rumours of Cash and Coinbase partnership. I haven't heard that, I haven't seen that yet. Tim Moores, okay, so if you have 5k spare, where would you put it today? I would keep it at the moment. If you've got 5k, $5,000 spare just now, I would keep it for just now, just to see what's going to happen in the markets over the next couple of days, and then you just dive in big time with I'm not a financial advisor, put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on. Then I would kind of go in with your favourite kind of alt coin that's near the bottom just now as well. That's what I would do personally if I had a spare 5k just now. I'm at the point of not looking at the markets. I know what you mean, Stu. I kind of woke up this morning and kind of looked at the markets and seen my portfolio was down about 15% overnight. And it's a double whammy because the alts go down in kind of Satoshi value, plus with the Bitcoin price going down as well, and it's because the portfolio is tied to the Bitcoin price and dollar price. Obviously it's a double whammy there. So it looks kind of worse than what it is, but it is quite bad. It's down 15%. Well, my portfolio is anyway. I think the coin I've held the most this month is Tether, Tim Gash. Yeah, I can understand why. Sorry to jump in with questions straight away, no problem at all, Tim Moores. Honest Crypto Journey is in the house as well, good to see you. Res UK, Big Bonanza is in. Big congrats on the power call, great call, excellent. So we'll look at that as well. Dunshay Taylor is in with a stop loss in place. High Plains Drifter, JC Stander is in as well. So we'll just go dive in and look at the markets just now. Where are we? Just now I've got Coin Paprika, I'll just move that over here. So we've been kind of wiped out, about $20 billion wiped out off the market. The full market capitalization is $201 billion. It looks as if it's going to go down further. It's slowly creeping down. Bitcoin dominance is obviously up to 53.85%. A lot of people getting out the alts and getting into kind of Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin dominance is going up. Or it could be they're getting out of the alts going into Tether, which means the Bitcoin dominance will still go up if people are still staying in kind of Bitcoin, people who had it before. Okay, over the last 24 hours, who's been the top gainers? Eternal Token, PibX, Cash, and Nexo. 4% of the top 100 are in the green, 4%. And we have is the down ones. OneChain is down, well, they're all down, 94%. So there's no point in just going through them. But the biggest losers is OneChain, Hollow, Dentcoin, PundiX, Nebulous, SeaCoin. Shame for PundiX, I've got some brilliant news out, but the kind of positive thing here is you're going to get PundiX at an absolute steal at some point. If the markets keep going down, PundiX, if they go down to 20, 21 Satoshi or 19 or 20 Satoshi, then the fundamentals have truly changed for PundX as we've seen over the last couple of days. So I think it's an absolute steal kind of from here. If they go down further, I wouldn't be jumping in just now if you've got spare cash. If you're in it just now, I'd definitely hodl. Same with Holo as well. With a lot of the projects, I think it's going to be fantastic to jump in a lot of the alts, but we need to wait and see where this kind of crash is going. If it's going to be a deeper crash from here, the stock markets, we'll have a look at them as well. Next 100, we'll just take a look at that. In fact, we'll just go to, it'll tell us here the top 200. StorG is up 23%, BitCNY, PivX, Cash, Nexo, and Modia loyalty points is up. True USD obviously can't count that. Top 10 losers, this is from the 200, top 200. Credo down 33%, Tomo Chain down 16%. I like the look of Tomo Chain. Scry.info as well, the key down 14, so all in double digits. Okay, market capitalization without excluding Bitcoin. It's not gone down that much actually. Let's see, one day, well, as from 103 billion to 93 billion, so 10 billion has been wiped off the alts market. $10 billion, and obviously $10 billion has been wiped off with the Bitcoin market as well. 217 it was, 201, so about 16 billion wiped off, nearly 20 billion wiped out of the markets just now. So not looking good. I'm afraid it's not good news, but we have to stay positive, because a lot of people were thinking, okay, if the stock market crashes, everybody's going to jump into crypto. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with retail investors. It's not going to happen with institutional investors either. Because we've got to think, if we think about three different types of investors or three different types of traders, but we'll say investors just now, and this applies to institutional investors as well. You've got the Mavericks. You've got, and we're the Mavericks just now. We're into the crypto market just now, so we are the Mavericks of crypto just now. We understand the potential of what's going to happen with blockchain, what's going to happen with cryptocurrencies as well. We can see that, or we think that. We just think that. We don't know for sure. We think that. So we're the Mavericks just now. But you've also got Maverick institutional investors as well. They're the ones that can see the potential of it, and they've jumped into the market already. So that's the kind of Maverick institutional investors as well, and that'll be a lot with kind of big high net worth people as well. They're bringing in high net worth people, and it's the same with the retail market as well. So you've got the Mavericks in institutionals and the retail market, and we're the retail. And with that, on the flip side, you've got the mainstream. So you've got the mainstream institutional investors. They won't be going into the crypto market, and you've got the mainstream kind of retail investors. They won't be going into the crypto market either. And then you've got the really cautious, so as the cautious investors, you've got institutionals. They won't be going into crypto, and retail cautious people won't be going into crypto either. So it's still the Mavericks that's in the game just now. So until we kind of hit that mainstream, and we're kind of getting there, but this is kind of taking a step back for getting into the mainstream. It's taken a wee step back because of this crash, obviously stock markets and crypto markets as well. So we've got the Mavericks, the mainstream, and the cautious. So we're still the Mavericks, and it's going to be the Mavericks that's in crypto. Mainstream is not going to get into crypto, retail and institutional, and the cautious are not going to get into crypto either. So we can't expect the crypto markets to go up because the stock markets crash. So that's the kind of situation just now. If it was more mainstream and everybody was kind of getting into crypto and everybody was talking about crypto, and everybody had a kind of one Bitcoin or kind of 0.1 of a Bitcoin, we're nowhere near that stage yet of being mainstream. If it was that, then it might be a brighter future for kind of crypto as of just now. But it's not. That's not the situation just now. It's still the Mavericks that are in crypto just now, and we are definitely the Mavericks in there. So I don't know what you think about that. It's just a kind of a class of investors for the crypto market. So as I said, we've got the Mavericks, we've got the mainstream, we've got the cautious as well. And let me know what you think about that. Honest Crypto Journey, what's causing a crash? Federal Reserve have put their kind of interest rates up So that's kind of made the market jittery, the stock market jittery. S&P 500, we're going to be looking at that. That's kind of down 3.5%. Dow Jones is down, UK, the FTSE is down. All over the world, we'll be looking at that as well. So that has been the kind of catalyst for it. I think that's what's been the catalyst for it. And obviously, everything else has started to go down as well. And I heard a news story about BitMEX kind of putting $350 billion for the crypto market. I don't know, I need to research that more as well. So people get out of it, like BTC, saying, yeah, they get out because they're being kind of cautious as well. So within the kind of Maverick section, you've obviously got the same class of people. You've got the same, within the Maverick group that I was talking about, you have Mavericks, you have kind of mainstream like, and you have the cautious as well. So you'll still have that same class, so it's divisional within divisions, if that makes sense. Dunshie Taylor, so should we make 5,800 a support price? 5,800 has been a long-term kind of support price. Well, over the last few months anyway. I'm not saying going back years, we're talking about over the short term. So we'll just look at it just now. I'll look at the markets overall. So I thought this would happen. Gold, I thought people would start getting into gold, and we can see gold has jumped up from $1,188 to $1,198. Not that much, but you can see it's kind of spiked up here. And this is the mainstream and the cautious getting into more secure financial instruments like gold. S&P 500 still going down just now. So it's down 94.66 points. Just now down 3.29%. This is on the hourly chart. We'll just look on the daily chart. You can see that big spike down from there. So S&P 500, this is a Dow Jones, big spike down. Big spike down on the FTSE 100 as well. Ethereum, same thing, exactly the same thing. Big spike down. Bitcoin, big spike down. So we can see Bitcoin was trading in this descending triangle, long-term descending triangle. And this is the Bitcoin price on the daily just now. And we were kind of close to kind of breaking out of that triangle and going up. And that's what we fully expected. That's what we wanted. But it looks like that ain't going to happen just now. So we're talking about this 5,800. This is the kind of long-term support line as well here. And this kind of descending triangle, which is obviously kind of bearish, so we need to break out of that before anything was to happen. But $6,299 just now for Bitcoin price. But is staying above 6,000, that's the main thing, is staying above the 6,000 level. Will it stay above the 6,000 level? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the overall markets. We're just going to see a look at global kind of markets here as well. It's not the news story I was going to go for. So this is what I want to show you as well. This is the kind of markets around the world. Let's go to Europe. We'll just go back again. It'll show you there. So around the world, S&P 500 down 3.29%, Mexican Bolsa down 0.76, FTSE down 1.1, DAX is down 0.67, the CAC 40 is down 0.91, Hang Seng is down 3%, Shanghai Composite is down 5%, and the Nikkei Index is down 3.89% as well. Australia down 2.76% as well. Mumbai Sensex 1.29%, Nikkei 225, and the Taiwan 50 index down 6%. So it's kind of like holy shit around the world just now. Everybody's going, what the hell? What the hell's going on? So there's a lot of things kind of happening underlying, and kind of on a global scale as well. So we can expect the Bitcoin price to go down. Everybody's a bit jittery. We can expect that to go down. But how far down it's going to go is another. Nobody can answer that. Nobody can really answer that. Yeah, Dunshie 5,800. It has been a long-term support anyway. If it goes below that, we're kind of screwed for a while. And how long this is going to go on for, we don't know. Richard Hitchcock, crypto meant to be uncorrelated to other asset classes. It is, but we've still got the same mentality. So we've got people from the stock market who were getting tired of the stock market, and that have come into crypto, so they've still got the same mentality as that, and we still follow. But as for human psychology, we still follow the herd, and we still follow the crowd, what the crowd are doing, and it just has a cascading effect on that as well. So if some big institutional investors kind of sells and the price of Bitcoin goes down $50, then we start to fall, we start to panic, we follow the herd, and we start to sell as well, and then everybody, it just cascades down like that waterfall effect. So that's what's happening. Then kind of obviously the long positions on the likes of BitMEX, they'll get closed out because the shorts, there's going to be a short squeeze as well. There's a big short squeeze going on in the futures market just now as well, so it's a huge kind of waterfall effect. And it's just going to go down and down and down as more people get stopped out of their long positions. And then you've got the other ones who are actually shorting it as well on the likes of BitMEX and the futures. So it's just a bit of a nightmare just now at the moment. But it's not a crash. We have to look at this kind of on a bigger scale. It's not a crash if we look at it from that point of view. But it could go down further. It could be the start of a bigger crash. That's what we'll have to look at. If we look up here, this was back in July. It's only in July. And we were up to 8,200 and went down $2,000 to 6,000. And back here again, when we're obviously from 20,000, we went all the way down, but we're talking on shorter time scales. So back on the 8th of January, we went from 17,000, and this is within a couple of days, down to 12,000. So it lost $5,000 within a couple of days, and I hope it's not going to be the same here, but this could be the start of a bigger crash, and we have to prepare ourselves for that. So what do we do here? Do we go into tether? Do we hold? Do we hold and just walk away from the markets for a couple of months? It just depends on your strategy, what your strategy is. There's lots of different strategies for doing this. We could go into tether just now and kind of hope that it doesn't go back up. We kind of want it to go back up, but if we go into tether just now, obviously we kind of hope that it didn't go back up. It was going to go down further, and then we could catch it at the bottom again and buy back in, or we could just hodl it out. And we can hodl it out if we've got good projects that we're invested in. Then we can hodl it out with the likes of kind of Bitcoin. Bitcoin price is going to go back up. It is going to go back up. It's just today everything seems kind of black. Just now it's like Black Wednesday or Black Thursday. I called it Black Wednesday yesterday, but it's just been a shitty couple of months, to be honest. A shitty year, if we're being really honest, for crypto. It's been a really shitty year. You can see it's gone right down from January onwards, all the way down. So how low it can go, obviously we don't know just now as well. For me, personally, what I'm doing, I think we can still trade in this market. We can either go short as well. We can go with the herd and kind of follow the herd and kind of go short as well and make a bit of money shorting if you're on BitMEX, or if you're on kind of Digitex when that comes out in a kind of couple of months as well. Where is Digitex just now actually? I don't think Digitex has actually been relatively stable with this, which I was surprised about. So still 1,303 Satoshi at the moment for Digitex, which is good. So it's still above the 8 cent mark. So it's 8.1, nearly 8.2 cents. So I'm really kind of pleased with that. It's still in the market cap. It's ranked 101 just now. Obviously it went down a wee bit, but it's still doing well at the moment. It was up to 9.1 cents. So it kind of lost 7.94 over the 24 hours. But for a project like this at the moment, I think this is really good. Okay, just go back. So this was the Asian stock markets. We'll just leave that for now. We'll park that at the moment. We'll just go to kind of Binance, see what's happening on Binance. Binance 2. So TNB down big time, 16%. That's one we called, but it did go up before that. POA down big time, 15%. BLZ, Blue Zell down. ARN's actually holding up well, considering it went up about 70%. Fuel down as well. NAV down. So a lot of them are down. So these are going to be good opportunities. OAX, OpenANX is up. That kind of crossed over on the 4 hour. Went up 131%. OpenANX. DLT is going up as well, 23% at the moment. Manetha has gone up 16%. StoreJ obviously up as well. So you've still got a few. This is where we're saying you can still trade in this market as well. INS ecosystem has gone up, and this is on the kind of this is on the daily chart. We'll look on the 4 hourly chart. It looks even better on the 4 hourly. It could have been 50% up there from where we got in. Yeah, 44%. True USD, we don't want to kind of look at that. It's a stable coin. Power Ledger, that kind of went up and it kind of reached a target of 20%. So I called that as a call of the day last week. So I called it at 2513. 2513 around about here. And it went up 20%. So that was a target for it. So I didn't take that off. So that was a target, 20% to get out of there. It kind of went all the way up and came all the way down. But if you'd set your stop loss to get out and sell it at that price, at the 20% range, that would have been a brilliant one. So it did touch the 3,000 as we kind of predicted there as well. So hopefully a lot of you are still in kind of Power Ledger. I did get out. I told you yesterday I did get out to go into Digitex, but it's cool. I got out at the same price I got in, so I didn't lose anything, and I'm not gutted that I didn't kind of stay in. But yeah, I'm still really pleased if you were in Power Ledger as well. So that's brilliant. They kind of hit our targets there. We're really chuffed with that. I'm just looking at the kind of latest comments. BTC stacker, just a reshuffling of the deck. Markets aren't crashing. Backed in BTC ETFs coming in 3 weeks. Yes, Backed is coming, and that's a big thing. That's a big, the Intercontinental Exchange is coming soon as well in November. That's coming next month. ETFs I'm not as kind of concerned about, to be honest, because I think the Intercontinental Exchange is bigger than the ETFs, to be honest. Boom, my short on XRP is looking great after it fell from support and 6-1 retracement, 110%. Wow, that's brilliant. That is brilliant, Liam. So I take it you were 5x in that. Was it 5x leverage? XRP, BTC. So it's down. This is on the 4 hourly chart. 7029. So it's down 7%. So if you've got 110%, I would imagine you're 10x or 15x leveraging that. I'm hearing a lot of FUD around USDT Tether. That's from Big Bonanza. There's always been FUD around USDT Tether, to be honest. Always been FUD ever since it came out. So at the moment, I think it's safe at the moment, but I wouldn't like to be in it long term. Obviously, I definitely wouldn't like to be in it long term. I'm looking to buy 1 BT and a few million BABB. Yeah, BABB. BABB has obviously fallen as well with the overall market. And that was the kind of one of my biggest kind of falls, 14.64%. I'm going to try and get that back up again. Coin signals, that's what I'm looking for. So we can look at these smaller projects. I was looking at Gincoin. I think that could be a good one. So I'm looking for kind of hidden gems just now. And we'll just go to BABB. Bitcoin price. Should really be the Ethereum price. Let's see if that comes up. Ah, it's not moving. Right, Digitex. There we go. So you can see Digitex has had a huge kind of jump up, but it's not fallen that much. But if we look on the 4 hourly, obviously it looks kind of worse. Sorry, computer's dead slow this morning. Okay, So it did go up to 1410 Satoshi. It's down to 1306 Satoshi. So not that bad for Digitex. For BABB, let's look at back, see if it comes up that way. It's just really slow this morning. Let's see if it comes up. Remember to crush the likes, everybody. I keep forgetting to say that. But hit the like, go down to the like button just now if you like these videos, and it does help with the channel. We're getting more subscribers in, which is good to see as well. I think we're up to 3,070 or something. And just while we're waiting the BABB price there, it's not going to come up, I don't think. It's taking a while to load. So while we're doing that, we'll just look at the kind of markets overall. We've looked at the kind of world markets here as well. Global markets news. This is all kind of about Trump was saying, he was talking about, I don't understand this as well. Trump was talking about the Federal Reserve and saying they've kind of gone crazy. He was talking at a summit. I think it was last night or the day before. It's talking about the Federal Reserve have gone crazy and putting the kind of interest rates up. So that was something here. Was it in here? No, it wasn't here. So just look at that. Thought this was quite interesting as well. Spank chain gets spanked. Loses 165 Ether in smart contract hack. So this is Spank chain as well. I just thought it was a good headline. Spank chain gets spanked. Because there's been a hack, obviously here. So the adult entertainment blockchain platform Spank Chain fell victim to a hack that cost the startup 165 ETH, worth $38,000 at the time, and froze around $4,000 worth of booty tokens. So I just thought it was quite a good headline actually. Top countries with most Bitcoin holders. So this was from dated the 11th of October. So we kind of looked at this a couple of weeks ago as well. So United States is one of the biggest ones, obviously we'd kind of expect that. United States, South Korea, Romania, Malta, Czech Republic, Spain, Poland, Antigua and Barbuda. Yep, Barbuda, Japan, Switzerland as well. So that's the top 10 countries. It didn't actually give you the figures there, which is a shame. It'd be good to see kind of figures. But seeing as the US has the largest population compared to the rest of the countries, 8% of its entire population being Bitcoin owners is still a significant number. I don't know if that's true or not. 8%. 8%. It seems an awful big number. So that's top 10 countries holding Bitcoin just now. And this is from Bitcoin Escrow. $6,000 hold this time. 13 billion disappears in 30 minutes. Data from CoinMarketCap captures a sudden slide. Okay, we know that. We've been kind of looking at that. Whale alert. Transferred from unknown wallet to unknown wallet. 15,000 Bitcoin, which is $100 million. So that's from Whale alert. We'll just look at that just now. It doesn't give too much information on this. But $100 million transferred from one unknown wallet to another unknown wallet. But really, I don't know why they've kind of put that in there. Tone Bays, I seen him this morning, just very quickly, on talking about the crash. And he'll be kind of looking at that as well later on. So I'll put all these kind of news stories in. We kind of knew about that, but they're asking the question, will $6,000 hold this time? The psychological barrier of $6,000 for Bitcoin. That's definitely a psychological barrier, but a true support would be 5,800. If it holds that, we're okay. We're going to be okay, I think. But if it falls below 5,800, we could get wrecked as well. So this is the kind of overall kind of price. Bitcoin has fallen 4.56, ETH 10%, XRP 10%, and these are all the kind of bigger players as well that have gone down. So obviously all of the markets kind of gone down as well. Bitcoin drops $400 in 30 minutes as price volatility returns. Kind of knew that. Google, money isn't real. So the search engine mogul Google subtly revealed its feelings on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies through an ad for its all-screen service. So Google recently released an ad for its new call screen service, which allows users to interact with calls callers prior to answering the phone. The amusing ad involves two characters who are testing out the new feature. At some point, one of the characters receives a phone call warning him of his high electricity bill. He quickly blamed it on the fact that cryptocurrency mining is taking a lot of energy. And the other character in the ad sarcastically informs him that cryptocurrency isn't real money. So they've picked that up as a news story as well, and obviously it's a very subtle kind of pop at cryptocurrency from Google as well. I'll go back to the chat just now. David Schwartz, hello, I'm late today. You've not missed much. You've just missed a big market crash, 20 billion wiped off the markets. That was good to have you, David. The travel is in. Wasn't it said that Bitcoin is not correlated to the stock market? Sounds like bullshit to me. Yeah, we have to think of it like Bitcoin has to be correlated to the stock market, in the fact that it's the same traders that used to trade the stock market that are now trading cryptocurrency. So they've got the same mentality as well. So we have to look at it from that point of view. So it's not tied directly to the stock market, but the mentality of trading is tied to stock market trading. Until we get out of that mentality and realise it's totally different, then nothing's really going to change. A lot of people are still going to follow the herd, and then you've got people in the know that are going to kind of trade it out quicker, or they're going to sell quicker, and then the herd start to follow that, and then it kind of cascades down from there as well. And same with the other way as well. People in the know will start buying into Bitcoin, it'll go up, the kind of main kind of retail investors will start to get in as well, and it'll start going up again even more. So the mentality hasn't changed. So although it's not directly tied to the stock market, the mentality is tied to stock market trading from that point of view. So we've got to remember cryptocurrencies aren't being used how they should be being used. Like Bitcoin isn't really being used as a currency just now. On the main, obviously it is. People are buying with Bitcoin and stuff like that. But on the whole, it's not being used for what its kind of purpose was, and now it's as a cryptocurrency itself. Same with most of the other projects just now as well. So what's really happening is it's traders that are in cryptocurrency. We're traders. If we're being really honest, we're kind of traders in the kind of market just now. Obviously, we're investors as well. The likes of BABB, I'm invested in BABB as well. And the likes of Digitex as well, I'm investing in that. But it's really to look at... well, Digitex is different because I'll probably use that for the futures kind of trading as well. So that's a wee bit different. So that's going to be used. It has to be used on its platform as well. So that might be a wee bit different. But on the whole, we're kind of traders if we look at it from that point of view. So we've got that trading kind of mentality as well. Honest Crypto Journey, at the start of the year, everyone's spouting that 2018 was going to be a boom year for crypto. Let's hope the Q4 can pick up and the 2019 becomes what 2018 was supposed to be. Yeah, I honestly thought 2018 was going to be, or the end of 2018, I did expect Bitcoin to be up to $20,000, $30,000. It doesn't look likely that's going to happen now. It's still got a couple of months to hold out for that, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just now, $20,000, $30,000 seems a long way off for Bitcoin, especially with the volatility just now, and especially what's happened just now. It's like we've taken a step back now, because obviously the SEC will be looking at this very closely, and the mainstream kind of institutional investors will be looking at this very closely as well and saying, nope, crypto markets are still too volatile to get into just now, so it might be 2019 that's going to be the year. But you never know, it could bounce right back up from here. It could bounce right back up. Who did one good thing you sold your BABB coins? Me sold the BABB coins. I didn't sell any BABB coins. So I've still got my holding for BABB just now, so I've not sold anything at all for BABB. Be afraid going into fiat and then missing the bull run, says Jean. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen from here. We really don't know what's going to happen. It could fall down further. But that's... so we're up at 6305 just now. But it's not really a kind of big jump. 6305, it was up to 6319. So we're going to wait and see if it bounces from here. So this could be a good... if you're into BitMEX or something like a good 5xer to put a small one on that with a very tight stop loss, to put a 5x leverage on that. at 6305, but I don't know, it could fall further from here as well. We need to wait and see when the stock markets open as well, what's going to happen in the stock markets. In fact, the UK stock market is opened already, so we'll just take a quick look at that. That'll give us some indication. It's just fallen even further. Yeah, it's down big time. So it looks as if the European stock markets will be following suit as well. And that's on the daily. We'll just look on the hourly just now. Yeah, stock markets opened in the UK at 7145, so it's down already 110 points. So it's fallen big time. Yep, so it's not looking good for the stock markets, which might kind of have an effect on obviously the Bitcoin price as well. But we need to wait and see. Okay, go back to chat. There's kind of lots of chats there. I'm going to have to kind of miss out. Terran says, love your analysis. Thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate that. Dunshay, what about the Finny phone that comes out in November by SRN? Don't know too much about that, if I'm being really honest, Dunshay. Gary just picked up some more backs at a good discount. Yeah, I would, if I had spare cash, I would be kind of looking at the altcoins that I think are going to do really well. And I've mentioned a lot of the altcoins that I think are going to do well, some of the hidden gems that have kind of low market cap, likes of BABB, likes of Digitex, likes of XTRD actually went up. I'm just going to take a wee look at XTRD, see if it comes up here, because that jumped up about 10% or something. I think this is not working, this chart. I'll just look on Coin Paprika. XTRD. It's kind of gone back down again. 44 Satoshi. I was surprised because I've seen that jumped up about 16%, but it's obviously came back down to the levels. Yeah, so the likes of BABB, Digitex, XTRD, AdBank, still looking at that as well, and a few others, and we're still looking for hidden gems just now. And this is a time when we look for hidden gems just now, because the market's crashed overall. This is a time we're going to get absolute bargains for hidden gems as well. So that's probably what I would be doing as well if I had kind of spare cash just now. As a maverick, I'd be doing it that way. I'd be getting into the likes of BACS and Digitex, but as the price is going down, and dollar cost averaging in them, because we know when it picks back up, we know these are going to shoot up at some point, because the fundamentals have changed. BACS is pretty solid against ETH. Yeah, so I need to, it's not kind of show me that chart. I wish I could see it on that chart. Oh, this is the XTRD price. I'm going to see BABB if we can get that. BABB, look at the Ethereum price. Still taking too long. That's a pain in the butt. That's a good site as well, that. And I shared that with you yesterday as well. Here we go. And so 34,000 GUI. Just now is the 34,000 GUI at the moment. So it's not that much. So it's actually holding, you're right, it's holding well. But obviously the Ethereum price is going down as well. So that will have an effect on what this looks like for BABB. So on the dollar side, it doesn't look that great, but when you look at it in the kind of ETH side, then it's not as bad. But the ETH price is going down as well, obviously. So that affects the dollar value. Ethereum has dropped really low. Yeah, it really has. I'll just see what Ethereum is just now against USDT. $201 for Ethereum. And it was up to 230. Big, huge drop. 15%. It doesn't really sound much, 15%, but compared to where it was. So this could be a good steal as well at this price, but we just have to wait and see what the overall markets are kind of going to do. LTC trying to pump. We didn't look at LTC either. Let's bring this over. LTC, USDT. I don't know if I'd call it a pump. $51 up to $52.50. This is on the hourly chart. but it's kind of fell from $58. It's fell 10% as well, down to $50. Yep, and it's just kind of carnage all over the place. The key is at 15% discount, just picked up 300,000. Excellent, Gary, excellent. Leo Vincent, crypto sell-off was around the time stock markets opened in Japan, China and other parts of Asia. A lot of margin calls had to be covered, definitely. Definitely, and this is where the cascading effect comes into effect as well. So there is that squeeze, which is making the markets look even worse. Tomorrow will be a green day. That's the spirit. Just look at tomorrow will be a green day, and I think we have to stay positive because we know in the long term it's going to be okay. Bitcoin price is going to be okay. Hopefully a lot of the alts that we're in are going to be okay as well. The good projects that we're in, and we can still trade in this market as well if you've got spare capital. I said if it hits $50 again, I'm buying. That was Gene for Litecoin. I take it you're talking about. Digitex price prediction. God knows, it really depends when they kind of bring out. I think what's going to happen with Digitex is going to shoot up. I'm just going to see if, because I want to see, I'll look at the kind of one. No, it's not got it there. So I'll look at here, see if it is here for Digitex. No. 1 second. No, it's not got it. I was trying to look for the amount of people that kind of registered. I think it's about 200,000 that have registered now for Digitex just to check out the exchange. But obviously they've got a kind of marketing campaign going on, which they're doing brilliant with the marketing campaign, I have to admit. They're doing absolutely fantastic. But Digitex, if we can look at kind of price prediction, we honestly don't know if we're kind of valuing it. It's kind of 50 million just now, overall market capitalization for Digitex. Round about 50 million, 58 million at the moment. If we say that it could even get a percentage, even 5% of the trading volume that BitMEX get, and bear in mind they have to use the Digitex token. You can't use the kind of future trading without using the Digitex token. This is where this kind of supply and demand comes in as well. So if we say that even if they only get a fraction of the kind of BitMEX trading price or trading volume, then we could say easily 10x. So we could say this could be round about $1 by maybe the beginning of 2019 or the end of 2018. So the FOMO before that is going to happen as well because of this kind of marketing campaign they've got on. Obviously it depends on the overall market conditions, but I still think it'll go up from here as well. You can see it's gone up in the last hour, last 24 hours, last week, last month. So that's what I think with Digitex. But again, we'll need to wait and see what happens. But the exchange itself has to be a good exchange. It has to be a good one to trade on as well. So hopefully I'll be in the first 5,000 and I'll be able to kind of look at the exchange as a beta user and just test it out and see how it's going to work. And I don't know if I'll be allowed to do a video on it or not, but we'll need to wait and see. So it depends on the exchange when it comes out, but the FOMO before that could push it even up to 20-30 cents and see what happens from there as well. So, but we don't know. But same with BABB as well. BABB, when they kind of come out with the Lithuanian license as well and they get the app kind of sorted out as well, again we could see a 10x from BABB as well. So this is why I'm talking about these kind of hidden gems. Is this going to be the saviour of our portfolios as well? Big Bonanza, Florida got hit with a hurricane. I heard that yesterday. Fed raising interest rates, stock market's down and BTC still holding over 6k. Yeah, it's not not a good week. 2014 15 bear market all over again, but you can still make gains. Definitely still make gains. Steve Gui is pronounced Gui, not Gui. Is it Gui? See, I never even knew if it was Gui or Gui or what the hell it was, and I just don't like the name either. You just should do it. I don't know whether they should. ETH Satoshi or something. I don't know. Eric, hey Steve. Monarch token looks promising. There was a live stream on Crypto Zombies channel with Crypto Beatles. Might be interesting to take a look at. They have a really good team. That's Monarch token. See, what I'm starting to do now is I'm starting to pay attention to what everybody's kind of talking about, because there's a lot of projects that people in the kind of chat area and kind of in the comments were saying this looks a really good token, but I didn't really check them out. But now I'm starting to pay attention to that, so I'll definitely check that out as well, Eric. Benjamin K, I say GWEI as well. I thought it was GWEI, G-W-E-I, I thought it was. Which I thought was GWEI. It's semantics. But thanks anyway for letting me know that. Okay, I think that's it for just now. I think we'll leave it there for the moment. That's been 45 minutes. We need to wait and see what happens with the markets overall. We'll just go back to the Bitcoin price just now, see if it's starting to climb a wee bit. It is 6315. It's trying to break from 6250. And it's kind of breaking there just now, but we need to wait and see kind of what happens overall. Gold is going up. I'll come back down a wee bit. Right, okay, I'll leave it there just now. Have a brilliant day whatever you're doing, and thanks for joining me for Crypto and Coffee this morning. Really appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments as well, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.